Every night, I walk through the empty hallways of St. Mary's High School with a mop in one hand and a flashlight in the other. My name is Joe, and I've been the janitor here for over 15 years. Most people think my job is just about cleaning up messes, but it's so much more than that. These quiet hours are when I see the school for what it really is, not just a building filled with lockers and desks, but a place where lives unfold. The fluorescent lights buzz faintly above me as I push open the heavy double doors leading to the main corridor. It's always eerily silent at this hour, except for the occasional creak of the floorboards or the distant hum of the vending machine in the teacher's lounge. I like it that way. During the day, the school is chaotic, students rushing between classes, laughter echoing off the walls, teachers shouting instructions. But now, it feels like mine. Tonight, though, something feels different. As I approach room 214, I notice the door is slightly ajar. That's odd, I always make sure every classroom is locked before I leave. Pushing the door open cautiously, I shine my flashlight inside. At first glance, everything seems normal, the desks are neatly arranged, the whiteboard wiped clean, but then I spot it. A small leather notebook lies on the teacher's desk, its cover worn from use. Curious, I pick it up and flip through the pages. They're filled with handwritten notes, sketches, and doodles. Some pages have quotes underlined, others are scribbled with equations or half-finished poems. I recognize the handwriting immediately, it belongs to Mr. Carter, the history teacher who retired last month. He was a kind man, always willing to lend an ear if you needed someone to talk to. I remember how he'd sometimes stay late after school, sitting at this very desk, grading papers or reading books by lamplight. I never thought much of it at the time, but now, holding his notebook, I feel like I'm glimpsing a part of him I never knew existed. One page catches my eye. It's dated several months ago, and it reads, "If only they knew how hard it is to keep going some days." Teaching isn't just about lessons, it's about hope. And sometimes, hope runs thin. The words hit me harder than I expect. I didn't realize Mr. Carter struggled so much behind his calm exterior. To me, he always seemed unshakable, like someone who had life figured out. But maybe no one does, not really. As I stand there, lost in thought, I hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Startled, I quickly close the notebook and turn off my flashlight. Peering through the gap in the door, I see Principal Harris walking briskly toward her office. She must have forgotten something. Once she disappears into her room, I slip out of the classroom and head back to the supply closet to grab my mop. For the rest of the night, I can't stop thinking about the notebook. Should I leave it where I found it? Or should I take it to the principal? In the end, I decide to leave it on Mr. Carter's old desk, exactly where I found it. Whoever finds it next deserves to discover its contents themselves. By the time my shift ends at 6 a.m., the sun is beginning to rise, casting golden light through the windows. I pause for a moment, looking around the empty school. It's strange how places we think we know can hold so many secrets. Maybe that's why I love being a janitor, not because of the work itself, but because I get to witness the quiet stories that happen when no one else is watching. As I step outside into the crisp morning air, I remind myself that everyone has their struggles, even those who seem strongest. And sometimes, all it takes is noticing the little things to understand the bigger picture.